Hey there, I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we have from Second in Command, I Am Happy Because Everyone Loves Me, and Live with Love Until You Can't Anymore. So to go along with Second's album from much earlier this year, this time they have two projects released on back-to-back weeks that are reportedly a swerve back towards their darker, harsher rap and trap side, with the first project showing a friendship collapse in slow motion for a lot of messy reasons, the second, the ugly consequential aftermath. And even then, I don't want to undersell how bleak this listening experience is. Combined, both projects run over an hour and it can feel punishingly dark, not in the cheap edgelord way or with any sense of glamour. This is the uncomfortable bleakness that comes with depression, limited prospects in rural America depicted with a lot of tactile detail, with the horrors almost become ordinary. Ghost Town is a visceral example. Then there's the substance abuse, the self-destructive choices and behavior that still feel emotionally true to what Second is going through, even if it's all tough to stomach. All of She Knows. And then seeing the consequences of all said behavior, which makes it all feel that much more grounded. In Second in Command's catalog of depressing, emo-leaning projects, this is one where both they and the larger environment have the most detail and moral complexity. And that makes it less of a wallow and more just uncomfortably real. This is absolutely not a fun listen, but it is an effective one, which makes it kind of a difficult recommendation for how harrowing and ugly it can be. And all this is juxtaposed against some of Second's most polished production, full of a lot of spare acoustics and warping samples, their most refined vocal mixing with every wave of auto-tune and overdubs, where if there are rougher edges in the vocal mix, they feel more deliberate than their tightest wordplay, and their increasingly strong hooks, with less of the pop touches given the subject matter, but they can still compose really sticky melodies that'll really come back to you, against all odds for emo trap and cloud rap, where Second can deliver ear candy despite all the uncomfortable reality. You're gonna want to keep listening with songs like All Night and Shotgun and After All and Can't Afford and yes, even She Knows. Now granted, there are cuts, especially on the first disc, that feel a little too askew for their own good. Second's fondness for Quedeca's off-kilter melodies bleeds through, and there are some cuts that feel like they slip even off-key between the vocal line and the instrumental, to the point where even if the ugliness is intentional, it may have worked too well, like on This Is Helping. And while I understand why Second's more visceral side cuts through in their vocal delivery when their rage ramps up, I'm just not sure they can bring enough power to sell any sense of catharsis. And yeah, that might be the point, but it can make moments feel kind of underpowered for their intent, where this first disc feels like it starts dragging a little. And like most double albums, while we're on this note, I think this could have been compressed into a single, tighter project that would have been just as punishing. But at this point, you can effectively split Second in Command's catalog between the glittery pop rap that's real easy and all the soul-crushing emo trap. And with the production that's only getting better, this is probably their best marriage of the two, even if there are significant chunks of this project that I never want to hear again, and that is somehow a compliment. It's kind of hard to recommend, it's a lot, but it's really damn good. It's worth a listen if you give it that shot. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more reviews, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm curious how Second's fans may have fallen on this, because again, it is a difficult listen and not for everyone. It's a sort of emo trap that shows their growing maturity, and that can be tough to grapple with, especially if you have a similar background as they have. Beyond that though, if you want to get projects on my schedule, link to my Patreon's right over there. And as always, I'm Mark, you're watching Spectrum Pulse. I'll see you next time.